So, not the cheapest earbuds I've looked at, granted, but I just needed to make a video about these. And why? Well, watch and find out. Hello and welcome back, or if you're new here, then just hello. My name's Scott. I like to make videos. Now, these are Amazon's Echo Buds Gen 2. Not particularly new as they were released back in 2021, but still a contender for an affordable pair of true wireless earbuds. And at time of filming this video, Amazon's Echo Buds Gen 2 will set you back £54.99. So why did I need to look at these? Well, they have Mrs. A built into them, so whenever I'm wearing them, or wherever I'm wearing them, I will have access to all that Mrs. Hay has to offer. And I'm saying Mrs. A now because I've had quite a few comments about people saying that the keyword or wake word was setting their speakers off, obviously. Don't know why it took me so long to realise that. Anyway, as always, before we look at the buds, let's get into the box and see what Amazon gives us. In the box, tucked away nicely in the lid, is the obligatory gumph, also known as the user manual. And then straight away we see the white earbud case, also available in black, which measures 66.8 by 28.6 by 39.1 millimeters. There's a USB Type-C port on the back for charging and a small button for pairing or resetting. Inside the case we have the earbuds themselves, obviously, which measure 20 by 19.1 by 19.1 millimeters, with each earbud weighing 5.7 grams. Next we have some different sized tips which are nicely color coded, some rubbery covers for the buds, and then finally a Type-C to Type-A USB charge cable. So these are the wired charging case version, which has a funny story really, or not so funny to be fair. When I purchased these, there were no options to choose between a wired or a wireless charging case. At the checkout I was recommended I also buy the Power Wave from Anker, which is a wireless charge mat made specifically for these buds. So being the sucker I am, I bought it. But when testing the bud case, it would not charge on the mat at all. I thought I had a dodgy mat, so I returned it, and still, the replacement just refused to work. Spoke to Amazon's technical support, who said they were aware of the issue and it should be fixed with a software update soon. I waited a few weeks and no update and no fix. But when scripting this video and looking at my order, I saw the listing now offers a wired and wireless charge case option, the wireless one being £10 more than I paid. So in short, I was led to believe that I had the wireless charge case, sold an accessory I can't use, and then basically lied to about an issue that just didn't exist. Wow. Amazon, really? What's the matter, Mr. Bezos? Running out of funds? Anyway, rant over. Needless to say, I stuck with the original wired version and I returned the PowerWave mat for a refund. So, yeah, anyway, sorry. Product specs. These connect to your device using Bluetooth version 5.0, which, again, really, Amazon? Really? Considering these were only released in late 2021, I would have expected to see the latest Bluetooth version 5.3 for added stability, especially as these aren't the run-of-the-mill cheap £10 TikTok earbuds. Anyway, I couldn't find any specifics about the battery for some reason, or capacity, but according to the specs, you can get 5 hours playtime from a single charge, which can then be extended with the charge case by up to 15 hours. You can extend the playtime even further by around 2 hours by turning off the active noise cancellation and the Mrs. A wake word. The noise cancellation, I just mentioned, is achieved with the use of 3 microphones per earbud, 2 external and 1 internal, and the speakers use a 5.7mm dynamic driver. Did I sound like I knew what I was talking about then? Because I don't. I have no clue what a speaker driver is. They are IPX4 water resistant, the buds only, not the charge case, which means they can withstand pressurized water splashes from any direction. So, you know what that means. I'll dance, dance, dance with my hands. They are obviously compatible with Mrs. A, but they're also compatible with Siri and Google Assistants. And because they work with Mrs. A, you can use your voice to control the media, the same as you would do with your Echo Dot, for example. Or if you're old school, you can still use your finger. That's what she said. Quick tap to play pause, double tap to skip track or answer / end calls, triple tap to play previous songs, and long hold to switch between active noise cancellation or pass-through. Pass-through basically just allows you to hear the world around you as well as your media. So I think that's all the main points covered. Let's get them set up and tested. Setup is done via the Amazon Alexa app, so if you don't have it, you'll need to grab it from your app store of choice. Chances are you bought these from Amazon, so already have an account. If not, then you'll need to head over to Amazon to get one created. Open the Alexa app and then position the case close to your phone, and then open the lid. The app should then find the buds, and you'll see a pop-up asking you to agree and continue. The app then needs to re-find the case again, but this time via Bluetooth, and when done, it will pop up and show the Echo Buds 27. Press to connect, and if you're prompted, you'll need to allow the app access to your device's Bluetooth setting. Once connected, there's some information about tip sizing, and then pressing next will start the ear sizing test, which you can choose to skip if you wish. If you don't skip it, like me, the app and earbuds will then test how well they fit inside your ear canals, which I thought was extremely clever. You can see here I had a good fit, which was enough for me to carry on. After this, there's some info about how to control the media and an option to enable workout mode to track fitness, but once you obviously skip these, because who really wants to exercise, you're done. Your setup, all done. When connected, the Alexa app will show you the current charge of each bud and the case, as well as if the active noise cancellation and Mrs. A wake word is turned on. Extra options within the app allow you to enable power save mode, toggle on Mrs. A or toggle it off, enable side mode to hear your own voice during calls, and there are a few more options to amend the bass and so on. If you wish to use the buds with another device, you can pair a total of 2 devices. To add another Bluetooth device, open the case, hold the pair button on the back for 3 seconds, and then search for them in the Bluetooth settings on your additional device. So as you've just seen, the setup process, although not necessarily a quick one, was a simple one. I did repeat this a few times and found out that at times the Alexa app wouldn't find the earbuds when I opened the case lid, and it would take what seemed like forever for the pop-up to prompt me. Buds themselves were comfortable to wear and didn't make my ear canals ache as some of the others I have tested, and surprisingly, they don't look ridiculous either, which I thought they might because they look rather thick on first view. How did they stand the shake test? Very well. Very well indeed. Now, I've used them for an entire week, listening to music, watching videos, taking phone calls and team conferences, and I'm happy to report I had no issues with the quality or sync of sound, and I also received 0 complaints about the microphone quality, so I'd say all in all, that's a good sign. The first thing I noticed when playing music was how much bass these things had, and we all like a bit of bass.
Bass is all that matters.
If you watched any of my other earbud videos, you'll know I like things loud, and these were loud, and when increasing the bass in the app, paired with the active noise cancellation, I was able to have a good old uninterrupted kitchen boogie. To me, the sound seems well balanced, but I'm no audiophile, but to my old ears, they sound pretty damn awesome. The noise cancellation was okay. It was clearly on and working to a point, and I could hear the difference between this and pass-through mode, but I was still able to hear noises I would have expected to be blocked, such as typing on a keyboard and doors banging in the background. And despite being 3 versions behind the current Bluetooth standard, I'm happy to report I had no issues with the range or stability when leaving my phone here in the studio and dancing around the rest of my house. If, like me, you love Mrs. A and this was a reason for you buying them, then please note you can only use Mrs. A when paired with the primary device. You cannot set these up on more than one device at a time with Mrs. A, but Bluetooth pairing with another device you can do, and that aspect works really well, seamlessly switching between my phone and MacBook when playing media on each. Changing the primary device, however, was a right pain in the arse, as you first need to unpair them from the Alexa app and then also manually unpair them from the Bluetooth settings in your device before you can then even start resetting the charge case to re-add them to another primary device. How do they look when in here? As I mentioned, I think they look okay. If anything, as I said, a little thick, but nothing to complain about. So all in all, for a budget pair of functional headphones, these are pretty good to be honest, but the experience for me was sadly soiled due to the issues I had with the whole charging mat fiasco, but needless to say, I'm still using them. So would I recommend these to you? If you want Mrs. A at your fingertips, a really good sound and okay active noise cancellation, then yes, I would recommend them. If, however, you weren't particularly fussed about Mrs. A, then I'd say maybe look at saving a few quid and have a look at the Lenovo XT88s, for example, because I did a video on them up here. Go click it. So there you have it. If you have any questions about these, or anything else for that matter, then please do let me know in the comments box down below. And whilst you're down there...
That's what she said.
Please do consider liking the video, even if you didn't, subscribing if you aren't already, and hit the bell to get notified when I upload new videos because, and this is very, very important, it helps me get sent more free stuff to play with and make videos. So yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye, internet.
Throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me?